One bite, that is all it takes. Your blood stops clotting, your lungs forget how to work, or your muscles simply switch off. Snakes kill more than 100,000 people every year. More than sharks, more than lions, more than crocodiles combined. Today, we meet 3 snakes that sit above everything else the fastest: chemical death, the hooded killer that lives next door, and the slow bleeding nightmare that never announces itself. The inland taipan. The outback of Central Australia does not forgive mistakes. The land cracks open in the heat, the clay splitting into deep fissures that run across the floodplains like old scars. Rats and mice push down into those cracks to escape the sun, and something waits for them there. The inland taipan lives in this remote, cracked earth, almost entirely cut off from human contact. It is shy and reclusive, active during the day, and built for one thing above everything else: killing small mammals in tight, dark spaces where there is nowhere to run. Most people who live in Australia have never seen one. Most people who study snakes professionally never will. That remoteness is part of what makes it so dangerous when the rare encounter does happen. It has had almost no experience with humans, and it does not read hesitation the way animals that grew up near people do. Watch it hunt, and the shyness disappears completely. A rat pushes into a burrow. The taipan is already there. What follows is not one bite and a retreat. The taipan drives forward, delivering up to 8 rapid strikes in a matter of seconds. Wrapping its body around the prey so it cannot pull back, cannot turn, cannot do anything except receive what is coming. The venom hits the rat's system before the fight is even over. Neurotoxins shut the nervous system down. Myotoxins tear into muscle tissue. Hemotoxins go to work on the blood. The rat stops moving in under 2 minutes. The taipan then swallows it whole, head first, and waits. The volume of venom in a single bite from an inland taipan is enough to kill 100 adult humans. A single strike carries enough to eliminate 250,000 mice. These are not exaggerated numbers. They are the result of careful laboratory measurement, and they place this animal at the top of every toxicity chart ever compiled for land snakes anywhere in the world. The speed of the delivery and the complexity of the venom working together mean that prey essentially has no window between being bitten and being incapacitated. The humans who have been bitten were almost all herpetologists, people who study and handle snakes professionally and made a handling error in captivity. The accounts follow the same pattern: paralysis beginning within minutes, blood pressure crashing, the need for large doses of antivenom and intensive care. Every documented bite victim who received proper medical treatment in time survived. But the accounts of those first minutes describe a body shutting down at a pace that leaves almost no room for error. The taipan does not chase, it does not pursue. It stays in its cracked earth and does what it has always done. The danger is not aggression, the danger is precision. The taipan lives where almost no one goes. The next snake lives right outside your door. The Indian cobra, India, is home to more than 1 billion people. It is also home to one of the most recognizable and deadly snakes on the planet. The Indian cobra does not live in remote floodplains or cracked outback clay. It lives in rice fields. It moves through villages at night. It enters homes. It shares space with hundreds of millions of people who walk barefoot, work close to the ground, and often have no quick access to medical care. The cobra announces itself in a way the taipan never does. When it feels cornered or threatened, it rises. A third of its body lifts off the ground, the neck spreading wide into the iconic hood, the spectacle markings on the back catching the eye. The hiss is loud and deliberate. Every part of this display is a warning. The problem is that warnings only work when there is space to retreat. And in a cramped home or a narrow paddy field row, there often is not. The cobra's hunt is methodical. It moves through the low ground where rodents, frogs, and lizards travel, occasionally taking other snakes. When it strikes, it bites cleanly and then releases. It does not hold. It steps back and waits. This is the nature of neurotoxic venom. The delivery is done, and time does the rest. The venom blocks the signals that nerves send to muscles. The process takes between 15 and 30 minutes in prey-sized animals. In a human, the timeline stretches, but the direction is the same. What the victims describe and what the medical literature confirms is a death that resembles slow suffocation from the inside. The muscles that control breathing begin to fail. The diaphragm slows. The victim remains conscious while their ability to breathe narrows. Without treatment, specifically antivenom and sometimes mechanical ventilation, the mortality rate from untreated cobra bites sits between 20 and 30%. In rural India, where hospitals are hours away and antivenom is not always available, that number matters enormously. The Indian cobra is one of the 4 snakes responsible for the overwhelming majority of snakebite deaths across South Asia. Farmers bitten before dawn, children playing near the walls of homes where cobras come to hunt rats at night. The proximity between this snake and dense human populations makes it, by raw human death toll, one of the most consequential animals alive. Before leaving the cobra family, one branch deserves a moment of its own. Certain species of spitting cobra, relatives of the Indian cobra, can project venom from their fangs in a targeted stream up to 3 meters. The target is always the eyes. The venom on contact with eye tissue causes immediate, severe pain and, without rapid washing, can cause permanent blindness. It is a defense mechanism, not a hunting tool, but the precision of it, aimed consistently at the eyes of an approaching threat, is a capability that sits outside what most people expect from a snake. The cobra kills with paralysis and patience. What comes next kills with something entirely different. Russell's viper. Russell's viper does not rear up. It does not display. It lies in the grass of a South Asian farmland, perfectly camouflaged against dead leaves and dry soil, and it does not move until something warm steps close enough. Then it moves very fast indeed. This snake is responsible for a significant share of snakebite deaths across India, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and much of Southeast Asia. The reason it sits so high on that list is the same reason it is so hard to avoid. It is a nocturnal ambush predator, with colouring designed to disappear into exactly the kind of ground that barefoot farmers and rural workers move through every day. It is not aggressive by nature. It is simply very hard to see and very fast when disturbed. The venom is a masterpiece of biological destruction and not in a fast way. Russell's viper venom is primarily hemotoxic. It targets the blood's ability to clot. It destroys tissue. It triggers a cascade of internal bleeding that the body cannot stop on its own. In the hours after a bite, the The swelling begins and keeps going. Blood leaks from gums. It appears in urine. Victims describe it as burning from the inside, the pain building rather than fading, the body showing damage in every place blood is supposed to stay contained. Kidney failure is a common complication. Some victims take days to die, some take nearly 2 weeks. Survivors describe weeks of recovery even with treatment, and permanent kidney damage is documented in a significant number of serious cases. The experience is not a fast death. It is a prolonged physiological breakdown that modern medicine can treat, but not always reverse completely. There is one more element to the Russell's viper profile that belongs here. The juveniles, when food becomes scarce, will eat other snakes, including smaller members of their own species. This is not common behavior across all snakes, but in this species it is documented, and it adds a dimension to an animal that is already extremely difficult to survive, encountering unprepared. Russell's viper does not need to chase, it does not need to announce itself. It waits in ground that looks empty, and the waiting is the whole method. Three snakes, 3 different methods, 1 result. The inland taipan delivers the most toxic venom of any land snake on Earth. The Indian cobra kills through paralysis in the most densely populated region of the world. Russell's viper turns the blood itself into the weapon and makes dying a slow process. Together, they are the clearest proof that evolution builds toward efficiency, not mercy. None of them are hunting you. Every bite is a response to pressure, to proximity, to a foot in the wrong place. Respect the ground they live on, wear boots, learn which snakes share your region. They were here long before us. If we pay attention, we can share the planet without becoming statistics. Subscribe. There are more animals like these still left to cover.